Happy Sunday evening, everyone. Buckeye Scoop family, Buckeye Nation. Always great to chop it up with y'all. See y'all in the chat already going hard. Appreciate y'all. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you have not already. You could help us get to our next goal, which is 40,000 subscribers. We would greatly appreciate that. Also, for you folks who love podcasts, Apple people, make sure you save us on Apple Podcasts. Non-Apple podcast people like me, Spreaker.com. Got a great relationship with both platforms. I recommend both highly. So make sure you do that. Listen, we're going to be talking about some new workout buzz. Today, we're also going to be talking about the Buckeyes tearing up the NFL Combine. All manner of men from all fan bases, from all walks of life are gushing over our beloved Buckeyes in the NFL Combine. We'll talk about that. Among some other things, also, our Buckeye basketball team got a huge win today against the Purdue Boilermakers, number 8 Purdue at the crib. We're going to talk about that a little bit as well. But also remember, when you send those wonderful super chats, helps to go towards the Pay It Forward, which is our military and our first responders. We're going to look out for them because they always look out for us. Let's bring in the illustrious panel, Dev from the Buckeye Boys and Nevada Buck from everywhere. What's up, fellas?
I just got done watching the Cavaliers win, so I was a little late, a little late coming onto the program because the Cavaliers had to take care of business. Made it a little closer than I was hoping for, but they got back on the winning side. So winning basketball day all the way around for Ohio sports, man.
Yeah, real quick before you jump in, Dev, let me give 10 seconds to vent my frustration, Nevada. Did you watch the game against Detroit where we were sitting out Harden and Spidey and we were up like 8 points and we blew it? Sorry, I was frustrated
Well,
with
the,
that
re-
loss.
the referees hosed us in that game, and they
Yeah, I
actually
didn't
can't.
like that call. I didn't like
No,
that when he was
the
shooting from half
three, no,
court. Come on,
no.
man.
And then there was the foul on Allen for his sixth foul on the
Oh
block
yeah.
underneath the basket,
Yeah, that was
which was a
weak.
terrible. No, it was terrible. They actually did that 2 minute report, came back and said they were bad, but that doesn't do us any good. We knew they were bad at the time. That would have clinched the game. And when he blocked that shot and we have the
Right.
ball, then that's ball game. But oh
Yeah.
well. But today was a better day. Win,
Yes.
beat Purdue, beat Brooklyn, and let's go.
Yep. My bad, Devin. I had to vent.
You're good. I'm taking this time to look up my bet I put on the Cavs a while ago, so I got reminded of that. But it sounds like they're winning, so it looks like my bet might actually be trending in the right direction. But we'll see. I even forget what it was, but it was just on the Cavs to win the East, I think. But I
Mm,
literally do not watch NBA much at all. But one thing I do watch is Ohio State basketball, and I'm
yeah.
pumped
Yeah.
with that win that they got. Buckeyes showing out in the NFL Combine, breaking records. People just talking about them like crazy, man. It just speaks to what us as fans have the honor of rooting for, and that's Ryan Day and this coaching staff. Man, they're doing an amazing job.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get into all of that. We'll touch quickly on Ohio State, Purdue. So, with this win, for those who didn't watch, and I'm going to pull it up real quick, but for those who didn't watch, Purdue was ranked number 8 in the country. They're a really good team. They're obviously a tournament team. And this was a must win game for Ohio State basketball at this point. We got destroyed by Iowa at Iowa, which was just a terrible game to watch. Came up short against Michigan State, which was another opportunity. Bruce played his heart out with no help, whatever. But this game was it as far as getting a quad one win, which is needed for the resume, a ranked win. And now we got at Penn State, which is not a great team, but they just beat Iowa. So we got to be ready. And then we got Indiana at the crib for the last regular season game, and then it's the Big Ten tournament. So the bracket people, the bracketologists are now saying that we're projected. We were on the bubble, first 4 out. With this win, projected at a 10 seed. Okay, now obviously we got to finish the deal against some beatable teams, but today was huge. Shout out to John Mobley Jr., who was on fire, had 21 points, leading all the scores, and it was a balanced effort from Bruce to Devin Royal, even your boy. Why did the dude with the fro? I forget his name that quick.
Chapman.
The guard, huh?
Chapman.
Yep, Chapman. Yep, he made a few shots. Tilly was playing hurt. He toughed it out. Number 7, I cannot pronounce his name, our center. He frustrates me because he's kind of a goofy, but he made some plays today, some blocks. Every now and then he'll step in. Total team effort. Jake Diebler, good coaching job today and getting a big win against this team, fellas. I'm very, very happy. Listen, I'll say this before I pass the mic, because posting this on social media, you still got people talking about fire Diebler. I don't care. Get rid of him. I hope we lose so, we can get rid of Diebler. I'm not thinking about that right now. I told y'all on previous podcasts, whatever's going to happen with Diebler is going to happen. Maybe he shouldn't be the coach right now. Maybe we shouldn't have hired him in the first place. But guess what? I'm not focused on that right now. I'm focused on making the NCAA tournament because, number 1, I'm a fan. And number 2, Bruce Thornton deserves it. This win today was huge for Bruce Thornton's legacy to actually make the NCAA tournament before he walks out of here. So that's what I'm focused on as a fan. Dev, what you got, bro?
Yeah, man, I want these Buckeyes in the tournament. You know what I mean? We made a good point. We were talking a little bit before the show started about this whole Diebler, fire him type of conversation. And it's like, I would be curious to know how much the Buckeyes invest into this basketball program NIL-wise compared to some of these other teams. Like we watched the Virginia game, a couple other games where we lose at the last moment. Now, how much are we putting into this program compared to that? So there is the other side to the argument, as you brought up in our conversation before the show, which I found interesting. And it's that, hey, man, I think we're less talented, but coming up with almost beating these teams. I know almost doesn't mean much, but for the crowd that says fire Diebler, there is the other side of the coin there. But yeah, man, I want to see basketball at least get in the tournament. For me personally, if we start making the tournament all the time, I used to watch when we were getting in tournaments. It made me watch more. Might be bad of me as an Ohio State fan. Call it what you want. It's the truth. If we start getting in these tournaments more, it'll be more exciting to watch these guys play. So I'm rooting for them. I want them in the tournament, definitely for Bruce Thornton. I mean, that dude just plays his tail off every single game. And at the bare minimum, let's get in for him and just get this thing done.
Yeah, for sure. Nevada, what you got?
Are Treg Lee and Eli Brewster still on the Buckeyes team, or are they out of eligibility right now?
I wish Treg Lee was still here. I wish Jamie Skelton was still balling.
Now,
Jim Jackson, baby, let's bring him.
Now, Nevada, you brought up eligibility. I would probably think we could probably squeeze a couple more years out. There's some type of avenue we can probably take there.
Probably a loophole.
We just got to go find a Judge Dev and just get in front of him there, and it'd be like, come on, Treg Lee and Eli Brewster. Come on, those are the good old days. Those were the heydays. I remember the great Indiana game, the 98-96 game or whatever that was at St. John's Arena. I mean, that's when Buckeye basketball was buzzing, and it's funny to see kind of where we are right now, because I just don't feel like it has to be this way. I feel like you've got facilities, you've got Ohio's I'm not saying it's as good a basketball state as some states, but it's not bad. You know what I'm saying? You're still producing players out of here and out of the region.
Right.
So, I hesitate to point the finger at Diebler, but I do wonder what Ohio State could do to have, does anybody truly have a first rate? I'm talking about top of the mark basketball and football program going at the same time right now. I'm sure they're out there, but it's hard, right?
Yeah, I can't think of, honestly, Nevada, when has that been the case since Ohio State and Florida? Remember?
Yeah.
Like when we were number one, both like toggling back and forth. I could be wrong. But shoot, you go through the blue bloods, Kansas, Kentucky, and Indiana. Like, no, even Indiana's basketball is they're a basketball school, and even with Sig cooking, they're not up there. So it's definitely tough. And again, with me, I'll say this about Diebler. And I was talking to my homie the other day about this. We were kind of going back and forth about Diebler. Because you got some people, even like I said, on my social media, I just left a comment like, we got to get rid of him, coming on a positive thread to spread negativity per usual, but whatever. I ain't worried about that right now, but because that wasn't the topic of the post. The post was, hey, we won. We got a chance to get in. Now that we're talking about this now, though, I'll say yes. And a strong argument could be made that maybe Diebler, I think Diebler's a good coach. I think the better thing probably in hindsight would be for him if he would have went to a MAC school for a few years, cut his teeth, and then bring him back later. I don't know if he was ready per se for this job just yet. I know it was tough. We beat number 2 Purdue. It was a big win when he was the interim coach. He had the boys playing better down the stretch. He, great Buckeye, good coach, good young talent. Okay, let's just keep him, retain him. He's going to get to somewhere, and he still might. If we make the tournament and do well again next year, who knows? He could turn this around. But as of right now, I understand, fellas, the argument that maybe we should have got Dusty May. Maybe we should have got somebody else instead, and Diebler could have came back later, more experienced. But what's done is done. So all I'm saying is right now, make the tournament. If Bjork gives him one more year and then he fails and he's gone, then so be it. But I'm just focused on this right now, fellas, as far as this season goes. Dev, did you want to respond?
No, I mean, I agree. Yeah, we're in this moment now. We have at least a chance to get in the tournament. So I don't understand the rooting, for us to not get in the tournament. That's just not how my brain works. It doesn't.
Yeah,
it just
bro, I can't
doesn't
do it.
that. I would rather us get in the tournament. And maybe if this is Diebler's fault, maybe something clicks in his mind. Maybe he's in a learning process. We've watched Ryan Day go through the learning process. Maybe he's in this learning process and he picks it up towards the end of the year. And next year is a new coach. You know what I'm saying? That's an awful – I understand the arguments too, right? But it's just like, well, I mean, let's make this tournament. You know what I'm saying? Let's make the tournament and see what the heck happens.
Yeah, so real quick, this is the last thing I'll say, and we can move on. I'll say this as well. I also was talking to my guy Keith when we're talking about whatever happens in the future with the coaches. I've told y'all before, I just want us to fix it. I'm not a super anti-Diebler. I'm not a super pro-keep Diebler. I'm just like, fix it, okay? If it's get rid of Diebler, then it's get rid of Diebler. But with that said, even if we were to do that, we need to step up more with this program. More resources, more intentional, things to make sure we get what we need from a program standpoint. I don't care who the coach is. So if you're going to keep Diebler, just don't keep Diebler. Make sure you have a plan in place to give him what he needs, because I don't think it's all on Diebler. He may be a little green a little bit as far as learning. He has a bright future, really good coach, but maybe not quite there. But that's not the state of the program is not all on Diebler, is my point. And so regardless if you get rid of him or not, we need to make sure we have the resources and we're intentional going forward regardless. So that's all I'll say. Nevada, any last words on that before we hop off?
No, I mean, look, we're all rooting for the same thing. We want it's always better when Ohio State basketball's good. And but I think it's pretty simple. You need to allocate NIL resources. You need to have a good, capable head coach in place. And I think for Ohio State, I mean, there's no reason to think that Diebler can't be successful. I think we've got to give him the resources and we got to give him the time and then let him see what he can do.
One final thing on that. Mm-hmm. I did Dennis in the chat put that we were 16th out of 18 teams in the Big Ten on NIL spending for our team. The research I did puts us at around 12th. There's really no way of knowing that for sure. But speaking of resources, at best, we're 12th out of 18 teams in terms of spending on our program. So, I mean, that's pretty low, bro.
Yeah, you can't put that all on Diebler. And again, I'm not defending Diebler saying like, hey, he has to keep the job. I'm just saying people like to just point fingers at one thing. In this particular situation, it's several things. It's not just Diebler. If it is Diebler, you know what I'm saying? So regardless, whoever we get, my final words, if we get rid of Diebler, we need to step it up in this basketball program in general. I don't care who we bring in, Scooney Penn. We need to step it up, period. So there's that. Anyway, so let's move on. We got some exciting information that the homie Dev is going to share with us some new workout buzz, man. He's got some good intel. We're going to talk about that. I know Nevada will chime in with information, and then we'll talk about these Buckeyes burning up the NFL Combine after that. Dev, what's up, brother? What you got, man?
Well, I always get really intrigued on this freshman class coming in and how they adjust to the college workout life, because all the interviews I do, the number one answer on what is the biggest difference, it's the workouts. It's the time you got to put into it, the effort you got to put in. That is the number one change that these high school kids have in their life. So spoke with somebody active in the workouts with these guys. And I know people are going to say, what about this guy? What about this guy? When you're talking to people about this, I'm not going to go down through the whole class and ask them. I just accept what information they are willing to speak about, and I move on. And several of those conversations happen throughout the time. And as they happen, I will be putting them on the Scoop message board and sharing them on these shows. But, with these rankings and stuff, there's always some surprise players in these classes. And this is super early as well. But for those of you guys that watched the Jameer Perez interview, he spoke about himself losing 27 pounds. Now, in high school, he played both ways. He played a lot more offensive line than he did defensive line his senior year. So what does that do for his defensive line ranking? Not much. Well, as of right now, he's dropped 27 pounds, down 6'4", 348 pounds, the second heaviest defensive lineman on the team behind John Walker, and is absolutely killing it. I saw him. I talked to him, from time to time, and he has dramatically changed his body. And he is a physical freak. The rankings don't match up there. I put that update out, and a lot of people are like, yeah, right type of stuff. It's just like, okay, we'll wait and see. But as of now, Jameer Perez is at the top of that list in this defensive line room, along with Emmanuel Ruffin, another one that's coming in who has completely, altered his body and taken these workouts very seriously. I was told that he is towards the upper tier of this defensive line class. And also both of our edge prospects, Kari Wilder and Dre Quinn. Kari Wilder in particular does not work out like a freshman, I was told. So got a lot of defensive linemen in this class. We, after this year, we're going to have a young D-line room. So these guys got to step up. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to step up. And, these winter workouts, they're tough, man. They spoke about Schleggs coming in, the new coach, how intense he is. But I would say Jameer Perez, the update I got there was pretty exciting. But the most exciting one for me was Sincere Johnson. I literally got told, he looks like Arvell Reese.
Baby Arvell, let's go.
Yeah. I've been hearing that, but it's like I haven't heard that like directly from anybody. I just hear it on message boards. So I was like, I'll wait and see. No, this came directly from, somebody who talked about how he has lost weight but got bigger. And we know what that means. For those of you guys that work out, that means that you are just cutting up, adding a ton of muscle. The dude does not look like a freshman, I'm told. He does not work out like a freshman either. So those are the names that I have on the list right now for these freshmen that have seemed to take the next step, and coming in here, they were about, at the time of the conversation, they're about 3 weeks into their winter workout. And it's tough, man. Up at 5 a.m. every morning, changing the way you eat. Some people, can handle that well. Some can't. Those are the list of guys that as of right now are handling it very well. And we'll see what happens in spring ball.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Good update. It's funny, Dev. You know how like you have guys in your head, like recruits and portal guys. You know who I forgot about when you mentioned them, and I looked them back up. I was like, oh yeah, I like him. I think he's going to be really good. Emmanuel Ruffin, like he slipped my mind. This kid, he is out of Alabama, 2026 kid, 6'4", 295, high 4-star. And so I forgot about him, bro. I think he could be one of those kids that just like, oh, where he come from? And then you mentioned Kari Wilder, who I just love the evaluation on him, how the staff was in on him early and saw it early. And again, he was one of those kids where a lot of our fans were like, I'll take the supposed shinier toy over here, not seeing that this kid was a monster and just continued to develop and show out on the field and in the camps and stuff. So anyway, Nevada, did you have any? I don't want to hog the responses. I have more, but did you want to respond to what Dev's Dev's layout?
Well, no, I first of all, it's great information, and certainly, I mean, the two names that I've been, obviously the players know who the players are, and the two kids that are getting the love from the other players, in my view, has been Wilder and Johnson. Those guys are absolutely freaks. It's always tempting to kind of look at guys and make the comparisons, because you have to. Arvell Reese, very similar athletic build to Sincere Johnson, and Arvell came in and did stuff, and maybe we weren't as excited about it. I mean, people were happy about the Arvell Reese, commitment, but nobody was jumping over the moon. Nobody was going, "Oh wow, I bet that kid's going to be a top 5 pick in the draft and blow away the combine." But now we've seen that. I love getting the Glenville kids. They are a guilty pleasure of mine. Do they all work out? No, they don't all work out. But I think of how important that school has been to Ohio State, traditionally throughout the years, and the upside that some of these kids have. I'm just excited. I'm excited, and that's why a kid like Perez. Oh man, give me a kid where the objective is rework his body, and you've got the best guy in the world in Coach Mick to do that. This is probably the first time that this kid's eating well, sleeping well. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been doing it the hard way up until now, and now he's going to be on a real program, a real plan, a real thing. And man, watch them remold his body into something else, because if he's got the desire, and that's one thing you never know. You never know how the internal motor is, how the internal motivation is, and things like that. But they'll get his body right, and if they do, I mean, watch out. I was excited about his commitment when he made it, and I'm excited to hear he's doing as well. But Wilder and Johnson are guys that could contribute this year. They could play right away. So definitely two names to be paying attention to.
Hey, Dev. Yo, I was going to say real quick. I was going to jump in before you responded, but go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you got it. Go, bro.
No, I'll be quick. I'll be super quick. Nevada, you read my mind. I was going to say, Dev, when you mentioned about the eating and the workout regimen, like, y'all got to understand, this is real. I mean, there's some great programs out there, but come on, man, these are kids, and these high school coaches, most of them aren't paid, and like to be their dietitian. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's not just, it's the habits. It's 17-year-old kids going from a mind state of, hey, I'm physically gifted, I can, but this is a whole nother level, bro. And so Mickey Marotti, y'all saw the transformation of some of these kids at Ohio State in the combine, and a lot of these GMs and analysts talking about who's their strength coach. Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco was like, I don't know who their strength coach is, but you know what I'm saying? So this matters. And so I can't wait to see Perez and others, and with their transformation as they get into this program. My bad, Dev. I had to get that out.
You're good, man. I mean, Nevada brought up the mental side of it. I'm going to be honest with you. I've got to know Jameer a little bit throughout his recruitment, interviewed him throughout the process. Even when he was committed to Florida, interviewed him, talked to him. I know him pretty well at this point in time. That's probably where I'm most excited. I think he is a physical freak as well, more than people give him credit for. But it's that mental side. Just from the conversations we have had, the dude's got a chip on his shoulder. And for those of you guys that watch the interview, he's got a very good head on his shoulders as well, and seems to be handling this very well. But yeah, I mean, getting to understand, getting the inside look at some of these winter workouts, I guess I didn't realize that literally during winter workouts, these guys do nothing else but school and workout. That's it. There's no free time to go do this. When it's free time, they so tired. They in the gym at 5 a.m. They might end by 11. I mean, they are getting it, man. I didn't quite realize that. I thought, my two-a-days in basketball in high school, I thought, yeah, I got an idea what they do. No, I don't. Nah, man, they're living that life. And, that's a lot. I mean, can you just imagine, take yourself back to your senior year of high school, graduating and going into a program like that, where, it is regiment, 5 a.m., change what you eat,
Yeah.
work out every day. Dude, that's just a lot, man. And, I'd say I think it's more taxing mentally than it is physically. So when I have these conversations with these kids, you can tell a difference. Some of them a little more upbeat about it than other ones. Jameer's at the top of that list and upbeat, like, hey, I'm ready to get this thing. You know what I mean? He's seen some articles posted that might leave his name on. He's using those as fuel. I love that. I love everything about, the kid's makeup. I know a lower rated guy, a lot of, and I don't know when his time will come, but I expect it will come in this Buckeye program.
Now that's great. That's great perspective. And Nevada, before I pass it to you, you know who I'm thinking about with all this discussion about how hard it is to transition. This is what makes kids like Jeremiah Smith, so special. It's not just his ability. I mean, he's a freak. You look at him, he's fast, he's physical. He came in, was an Iron Buckeye as a true freshman. And even in the combine, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, that's the name. When all the analysts kept saying, who's the freaks? Who's the freaks? I mean, we still got freaks on this team, but they kept saying Jeremiah Smith. He is him. And so I just wanted to bring that back up. To do what he did as a true freshman, coming in and physically dominating, Iron Buckeye, national championship winner, number one receiver out the gate, was otherworldly. Just wanted to shout out J.J. Smith real quick, Nevada.
Well, yeah, no, it's the rare bird that can do that, and that's why you hate to put the weight of expectation on any of these kids, because it's hard. It's hard to transition from high school to college. It's hard enough just to go and play, let alone go and play and dominate. And what do you have? 14 touchdowns his freshman year or whatever.
Yep.
Like, to do that, that's when you truly appreciate how great some of these players are. And look, everybody has a different development trajectory. Everybody takes a little bit longer. But like I said, of all the kids that are the forgotten ones, or the ones like the Jameer Perez stories, the ones where people are questioning the weight, questioning the offer, those are my favorites. Those are my favorites, because the 5-star kids those are the no-brainers. They don't all pan out, but a lot of them do, and it's not hard to kind of identify those kids. But these stories are the kids that come in and have it a little bit against them. Man, they're my favorites. I love seeing those lower ranked kids rise on up and do something. And I really believe that from the people I've talked to at Glenville, they believe he's got the motivation as well. And if he keeps his head on straight and keeps doing it, it's hard to find bodies like that up here that can play football. We talked about that. Those big guys generally are down in the South. They're down in Mississippi or Alabama or Georgia or whatever it is. So to have one up here, get him down there. I mean, if he's right, he could be a wrecking ball, and I'll certainly be rooting for him.
Definitely. Real quick, not to stay too long on this, but I pulled up Jeremiah Smith's stats, just thinking about him. His freshman year, he had 76 receptions, 1,315 yards. He had 15 TDs and a longest 70. Last year, 87 receptions, 1,243 yards, 12 TDs. I think this year, he's going to go off. I think he's going to have easily 1,500 yards receiving, and I think he's going to get to 17 total TDs. And receptions wise, probably around the same. But yeah, this is it. We better enjoy this kid, y'all. We've seen some studs in Nevada. We've seen the Ted Gins and he's probably the most special out of all of them. So I'm just parking right here just for a moment before we transition. Appreciate 2026 and Jeremiah Smith and what he's going to do with another year of experience from Julian Sayin and Arthur Smith joining forces with Ryan Day. Nevada, what you got?
Well, they said the biggest change in his regimen has been he went away from, he used to drink Swiss Miss hot chocolate, and they said his game went down about 20% every time he drank that. And he's gone to a higher quality hot chocolate right now, and they're expecting maybe 25, 30 TD passes this year. So yeah, You don't know. You're poisoning your kid putting that stuff in his body there, man. I'm telling you what. There you go.
There's the rebuke.
Dang, dude.
There
I
is the
can't
rebuke.
believe it.
Yeah.
I almost bought some more Swiss Miss today. Hey, I
No.
forgot a name, a kind of a late little nugget as far as that conversation I was having. Jordan Thomas's name got thrown in a little bit later, right? The other corner out of New
Mhm.
Jersey, who was my favorite corner in the class, even above Jay Timmons. But his name got thrown in there too, as these freshmen that seem to be clicking early.
Yeah, yeah. Real quick on Jordan Thomas, he's another kid. I feel like, first of all, we do well in Jersey. We do well in New Jersey. Y'all know the talent we've got from there. 4-star kid, number 2 player in New Jersey. Excuse me. Ranked 103rd nationally. 6 foot 189. I think he's going to be a stud. To me, he just seems like the chances of him being a bust are just very, very slim. He's either going to be super elite or really good, just a really good starting type of corner. That's how I see him, Dev. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah, well, it was either Funky or Nevada that had the nugget on him early in his recruitment about the fact that the Buckeyes view him as their number one corner prospect. This before Jay Timmons was
Yeah,
ever in the fold. 2 different corners as well, if you ask me. But I mean, they paid him accordingly as well. So out of all the picks that they had, Jordan Thomas was their number one pick, and they got him and secured him. So the Buckeyes don't think he's the 103rd player nationally.
right.
According to an early nugget, they had him at the top of their board.
Yeah, I can see that. Nevada, you got anything on Jordan? I know you like Jordan a lot.
No, I do, but I mean, I think we got to keep this in perspective. I mean, the 103rd in this country in anything is pretty amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah,
Yes.
I mean, like it's funny how that's almost like a diss. He's only the 103rd kid. I'm like, man, if I'm 103rd, I'd be like, I'd never stop smiling. I'd get a T-shirt that said I'm 103rd at this, and just wear it everywhere that I
right,
went. But no, he's terrific. He's a terrific talent, and at the end of the day, when these guys get to college, man, all the rankings go out the window. It doesn't matter 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, 103rd, 81st, first part in the country. Strap them up and let's see what you can do. But no, Ohio State's really high in them, and this is kind of the new thing in recruiting. You're going to see who is Ohio State high. You know what? You're going to know who Ohio State's highest on, who they pay the NIL money, because you're
yep,
not going to just throw money around to guys. It's like we talked about before in terms of how do they know if they still believe a kid can play for Ohio State? Well, he's still there, because if they don't believe he can play at Ohio State, they'll
right,
process him. They'll move him on down the road. And with recruiting, how do we know that I don't believe you, Dev. I don't believe they had him that high, or Parker or Funky or whomever. You know what I'm saying? But hey, if Ohio State paid him, yeah, they had him. They had him highly ranked. So it's just one of those things where you just gotta watch what they do, not what they say. And Ohio State's super high on him, and that's a position that you can come in and play right away. This Devin Sanchez show, you can play as a freshman if you can cover. And Devin had some growing pains, but he's going to be terrific. Anybody who plays as a freshman on that defense had to be
right.
terrific. But I think Thomas is one of those guys who could play. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm glad you brought up Devin Sanchez, because he took some heat, y'all. He even took some heat from us. I'm not saying a kid is beyond criticism, but to me, the criticism should be within the context of the fact that, hey, this kid's a true freshman. And listen, I thought he ended the season on a high note. I thought he kind of shored some things up, because he was getting beat. He was getting beat early on. I think some of it was maybe just, a freshman confused on what he should do in certain instances, his assignment. That's tough, y'all, especially in the Matt Patricia defense. But yeah, no doubt about it, what Nevada said is correct. Devin Sanchez is a stud. He's going to be good, I'm telling you. And he has the measurables you can't teach, the speed, the size. When it comes together, oh boy. And so, yeah, I'm excited about Sanchez for sure, Dev. What you got?
Listen, the only way a freshman on the field at Ohio State doesn't take heat is if they're not on the field, unless you're Jeremiah Smith. So I mean,
Right.
the fact that Devin Sanchez is taking heat his freshman year, as Nevada said, just speaks to how good he really is because he was on the field. To take heat, you got to be on the field. And I would rather that all day than us sit here saying, oh, I wonder how good Devin Sanchez is going to be this year. We didn't see him at all last year, but he's got to step up this year. Nah, the dude took snaps in big time moments, which means he did it well in practice. The coaches trust him better than Aaron Scott and these other guys that were below him. I mean, these Buckeyes, they play the best players. That's what
Yep.
they do.
Yep.
I mean, not all the time. Sometimes, Carson Hinsman's situation comes up or something, but ultimately in the end, that's what they do. So yeah, Devin Sanchez, I mean, it's Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith, believe it or not, took heat his freshman year. Some people were saying he can't run routes or something like that. I remember that. So everybody's taking heat. I mean, people don't even want Julian Sain to be the quarterback next year, B. Moses in Nevada. They want him gone.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
Yeah. You already know. I've been harping on that, man. These fans, bro. I just be like, man, but I was gonna say about you mentioned Aaron Scott. Just want to repeat this for perspective. Did I want Aaron Scott to stay, Devin, Nevada? Yes, I did. I wanted him to stay. I wanted Bryce West to stay because, hey, we followed them in recruiting. They were highly ranked, Glenville, and, but Sanchez was out there before both of them as a true freshman. That's just the raw facts. Does that mean Aaron Scott was just dookie? No, I think he could still be really good. But you talk about the whole, hey, who do we pay as much as they're asking to stay? And Sanchez played before both of them. So just saying. Nevada, you got anything? He's doing this.
I do.
There he goes.
It's so hard. This mute button is like the hardest thing ever to like toggle. I'm sitting there toggling this thing. This thing's flipping and going there and going wide. And I'm smacking the thing and everything. He goes, Nevada, you're alive. It's like, I'm trying to turn off my mute button right now. No, look, to play on this defense, I mean, obviously, we'll transition into the combine, but this is probably a good transition.
Yeah.
Look at the defensive players that we had on this Ohio State team last year. It was a loaded group of guys that are going to go on to NFL riches and fame, and we're going to look back on this defense very fondly in the future. And I know to some people they view that as, oh, that's a missed opportunity. And to me, it's just a testament to how good this roster was. How good this roster was in 2024 when we won the national championship. How good of a job that Mark Pantoni and Ryan Day have done in terms of building and keeping the roster and building the culture. Because winning the national championship is hard. And I hate to break the news, but to win the national championship, you got to get lucky. You know what I'm saying? The ball's got to bounce your way sometimes. And this year, and you got to make all your field goals under 30 yards. You have to make. You cannot miss 28-yard field goals or take a knee on quarterback sneaks in games. And it just the ball didn't bounce our way. It's just I don't view it as a missed opportunity because with a lot of these guys, we won the national championship in 2024, and we've only won 4 national titles in my lifetime. So I'm not going to be all sad about it. But to your point about playing, it was a great defense this year, populated by great players and a great coordinator. And to be a true freshman playing in that group really, really speaks volume to how good Devin Sanchez is.
Yeah, no, that's listen, great points, great perspective, Nevada. We can always trust you to bring perspective. Yes, because you do have people. Of course, I knew it was coming. When we start killing it in the combine, here comes the tweets, here comes the comments. Oh, Ryan Day sucks. We blew a championship. We should have won. Huh? First of all, these are defensive guys. The defense was fine. We had a young offense, young quarterback. And Nevada named the several things. There were several things. It takes a lot to win a natty, man. It does. We came up short. But the defense is not the only unit. Okay? So just because the defense is just absolutely killing it, and we got freaks, which we knew we did. Now, we didn't know we had the freaks we had coming in. Because like Nevada said, Arvell Reese, we were excited about him coming out of Glenville because I'm always excited about Glenville kids. But nobody saw this coming. Let's just keep it a buck. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I projected a potential top 5 pick from Arvell Reese. And don't you fix your lying mouth to say that as well.
I did, but
well, Devin, we're going to talk backstage then. But everybody else, don't fix your lying mouth. No, but seriously. So remember, we lost 14 players to the NFL draft and several guys on defense. And there were plenty of fans, y'all, who would just, this defense is going to take a step back. It's just so funny how people work. That was the narrative. But then now you got people who still hate Matt Patricia saying, it was just the players. It wasn't Patricia's schemes. It was just that he was just riding the hand of the players. And remember, Kate, now I will take credit for this. I predicted Caden Curry will be really, really good this year. I'll pat myself on the back for that. But with that said, Caden Curry, he didn't come in some, ballyhooed 5-star. And he certainly wasn't looked at by the masses by a high NFL draft before this season started. So again, y'all, you just don't know. But I'm very confident in this Matt Patricia defense and the players we brought in from the portal and the guys that are stepping up, the younger guys, the Will Smith Juniors, Kenyatta coming back. I mean, the linebacker core. Listen, we got the program to do it. We got the coaches. We got the strength and conditioning program, obviously. And yes, Nevada, to end it all up, I agree. I think the perspective of we blew it or we let one go is wrong-headed. Was it frustrating to lose those games where we feel like we should have won them? We always feel like we should have won for the most case, depending on the situation. But it just, again, the ball has to bounce your way. The little things will lose you games. And veteran leadership will win you games. Carson Beck, guys like that making plays when they needed to. We'll learn from it, and we'll be right back in the catbird seat this year, fellas. Nevada, you want to respond?
Well, yeah, and again, and it wasn't the defense wasn't as good as the defense was. Dev, you and I were at the game together at the Cotton Bowl, and the defense had a chance to stop them a few times and didn't. What I'm saying, couldn't get them off the field. And look, you win as a team, you lose as a team. I said it earlier, but it does bear repeating. And you need some luck. You just. I don't care who you are. It's like the men's hockey team winning, against Canada. Well, Hellebuck played great, but yeah, he also stuck his stick behind his back and managed to hit the puck without looking, and it went out. You know what I'm saying? So like you have to have a little bit of luck in the game, to do it. And when the luck goes against you, sometimes it doesn't work out. But no, I'm excited about this team. We've got the combine. I said this the other night. Like the combine makes me feel it's very bittersweet because I hate that the players will not be in Ohio State uniforms anymore, and that makes me sad because whether you get 1 year, 4 years, 5 years, it just never seems to be enough. But look, this is why these guys come. It's fun to see these kids achieve their dream. A kid like Sonny Styles came reclassified out of high school, so he's a youngster, went to Ohio State, and then just blew the combine away. So, he's going to make $35 million guaranteed or whatever it is in his first contract. And you're like, man, that's what this is all about. These guys, this is what their dream is. This is why they work so hard. This is what they do. And, nothing is a better calling card for Ohio State than kids doing well at the combine, doing well in the draft. Because in this age of NIL, you can talk about comfort in relationships. You can talk about hometown schools. You can talk about all these things. But the one thing that may differentiate yourself from another school offering more money is I have a better development path. I have a better development program. I have a program that puts kids in the league, and that's where the big money is. While you may think a few $100,000 this year or whatever next year over 4 years makes a difference, you want the 100 million, the 200. I mean, how much money is Jackson Smith and Jigga going to make a year? Like 50 million, 45 million, you know what I'm saying? A year. That's what he's going to make. So do you think he's pleased with his decision to go to Ohio State? I'd say he probably is.
Yeah, buddy.
So, that's the whole thing. And so watching these guys, it's literally like a big love letter to Ohio State, love letter to Mickey Marotti, love letter to the program. Great app. Could not have a better advertisement than these guys blowing away the combine. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Dev, what you got before I go over these stats? Did you want to respond to that?
Yeah, man. I mean, put this thing in perspective again, like you guys been talking about. We lost 8 players, defensive players, to the draft last year, and we're about to lose 7 this year, and 4 of them are going to be in the first round, and 3 of them are going to be in the top 10, which it will be a first ever in the NFL draft. 3 defensive players draft in the top 10 from the same school. So
Yep.
you talk about development, you talk about churning out and developing these players, because the opposite of, hey, look how high these guys are getting drafted, how could we not win a national title, is how come these guys are getting drafted so low? Where's the development? So either way the
Yeah.
coin rolls here,
Yep.
the Buckeyes, there's going to be something. We know this. It doesn't matter where it goes. If Sonny Styles, James Laurinaitis said, if Sonny Styles does not go in the first round, I have failed as a coach. That came out of his mouth. So, I mean, either way you look at it, but I'll take this here. We won a natty in 24, and now we're about to put the entire nation, they're already well aware of the development here, especially at the linebacker position now. James Laurinaitis just elevated to the number 1 linebacker coach in the nation, just to add to that list of reasons why. Well, here you go. I mean, Sonny Styles literally breaking and setting records. I won't go into that, B. I'll let you handle that.
Yeah, no, by the way, thank God for James Laurinaitis. First of all, he's a great dude. Great person. He's one of those all around, just great from top to bottom. Coach, person. He's genuine. He's been there, done that. He's had all the accolades, the Buckeyes, and you hear these linebackers gushing about him as well. I mean, I was just ecstatic when we got him from Notre Dame, man. I was just hoping it would happen. So anyway, shout out to James Laurinaitis. But yes, look at this development here. Listen, Sonny Styles, we understand who his dad is. He's a friend of the show, brother of the show. Shout out to Senior and your lovely wife. God bless y'all. We rock with y'all heavy. Sonny Styles, when he came in, we know he was already physically gifted. Here's the development, though. He went from 210 to 244. In the 40-yard, he ran a 4.67. Now ran a 4.46, obviously. In the 10-yard, 1.68 to 1.56. Vertical, 31.6, 43.5, which is huge. And then, of course, the 10.6 in the broad to 11.2. But also the actual transition from safety to linebacker and what he's done with that. And I know there were some that were down on him early on during the transition, because he was taking his lumps a little bit. He got beat by by Blue and, versus Texas, and 2 wheel routes. I believe it was burnt on, he can't cover, whatever. Well, how about now? I mean, this kid, if he doesn't go top 10, I don't know what's going on, fellas, but I'm super proud of Sonny Styles and his accomplishment on the field as the Block O, okay, just as a human being, the leader of this defense, one of the leaders of this defense, and what he did in this combine to really solidify his status, to me, is just amazing. And here he is running the 40-yard dash. And yeah, bro, crazy. What y'all got, fellas? Dev, you want to respond?
Yeah, man, just to reiterate, 43.5 inches. That's the highest vertical jump of any linebacker ever in the NFL. It is the best for a 6'4", 240-pound plus player since 2003. He scored a perfect 10 on the RAS score, which ranks first out of 3,200 linebackers since 1987. Just an absolute freak. Dude, I don't know, man. I think Sonny Styles might be a top 5 draft pick now. I'm curious to see who gets taken first, him or Arvell at this point in time with what Sonny did in the combine. I'm just curious about that. I'm curious. And honestly, I'm more curious to hear what Nevada has to say about that, because I knew he's got something to say.
Let's hear it. He's off mute quickly.
Well,
I know. Quick, bro.
No, I mean, look, I think players change, and I was one of the players. I was one of the people that was kind of lukewarm on Sonny as a player coming into this year, and I thought he was good. but I didn't think he was top 5. I thought he would be a combine warrior. I think he'd be a guy that was going to blow away the combine, but maybe the combine performance didn't match the performance on the field. And it's a tribute to Patricia and Laurinaitis and to him. He's a young guy that got it together, and he's better. So it's no shame to say a guy improved, and he improved. Maybe nobody improved more than he did, from year to year. Obviously Arvell, Freaky, they're going to go high. What do you guys think about Carnell Tate's 40 times? Was it like 4.54, 4.5? Can't remember.
Yeah,
what it was. It was up there. What did you guys make of that? Is that surprising to you or not? Because I'll not bury the lead and say that does not surprise me, because Carnell never appeared to be a burner to me. He appeared to be more of a technician, a route runner, a guy, like an Amon St. Rye, even though he's bigger, but a guy that can run the routes and get open. Anquan Bolden famously ran 4.76 and went on to be a Hall of Famer. So it's not everything, but he wasn't a 4.39 guy like Garrett Wilson or Chris Olave or Jameson Williams. You know what I'm saying? But what do you guys think? Was that time surprising to you?
Dev, you want to go first?
Well, I will say that I think I've seen where a couple of NFL GMs said that they timed them themselves and got him at a 4.4 something, 4.48, 4.47, something like that. But also look at the list of wide receivers that are slower than that. And then you also look at his measurables. He actually measures in at 6'3". What was it, 192 pounds? So that's a bigger receiver as well. And, you look at some of these 40 times compared to some very successful wide receivers in the draft. It doesn't surprise me. Just me being honest, it didn't surprise me. I never thought he was just an absolute burner. I just thought with his 10-inch plus hands and his 6'3", lanky body and his ability to make contested catches is what set him apart, and his route running, not his, elite speed. But this year's combine was one of the fastest combines ever. So 4.54 is still pretty fast. It's funny people's reaction to that, because you take a step back and it's like, bro, what are we doing, man? You heard some people being sarcastic in the background saying, "Oh yeah, he's super slow. I wouldn't take him in the top 10. Yeah, he's dropping down the list."
Yeah, that was funny.
But, yeah.
It's just, what's even funnier is that it's like, dang, homie, you slow, like compared to Sonny and Lorenzo and Arvell, freaking linebackers and DBs. It's just funny. But to answer your question directly, Nevada, I was a little surprised. I was expecting a 4.4. Now, it looked like he slipped out of the block a little bit. It don't look like it was a clean 40. With that said, I agree with Devin. It doesn't matter. He's football fast. He is a technician of a route runner. He is going to get open. Okay. He don't look slow on the field. Okay. So there's that. Also, I expect him to run a 4.4 at the pro day at Ohio State. And even if he doesn't, he's going in the first round. That's it. Period. He's elite. He's an elite wide receiver, fellas. So anyway, good question though, because we haven't really talked about him, with all the buzz about the linebackers and the defense. But real quick, what's up, Lorenzo Style Jr.? Let's talk about him real quick. Let me flip this and ask y'all a question. Before he ran the 40, now listen, we all knew he was fast, Nevada. We got nuggets in India early before anybody that he was fast. I mean, we knew that. I wasn't expecting 4.2. I was expecting like a high 4.3, close, oh, he's fast, 4.3. I wasn't expecting 4.28. I'm just be real with you. Now, here's my question for y'all. Before the 4.28, where did you expect him to go in the draft? And after the 4.28, where do you now expect him to go in the draft? Nevada, you go first.
Well, look, we've been telling you guys for years, he's the fastest player on the Ohio State team, and so when you're the fastest player in a room of freaks, you can, pick them up and put them down. I thought he'd be like a 4th or 5th round pick, because he does have elite speed. I'm still probably there. Maybe it's a little higher than that. I'm not sure what how the timing goes, but no, his speed, like I said, people laugh a lot about the Ohio State fast clock and this and that, but if they'd have put up 4.28 on the 40 board, everybody on our mess board would have lost their mind. They'd been like, that's baloney. That's just
Yeah,
nobody runs
true.
a 4.28. You know what I'm
True.
saying? So, but it's all relative. He's the fastest guy. He is the fastest guy and has been the fastest guy on Ohio State for 2 years now. So color me not surprised. It was a very fast combine. I figured his time was going to be really, was really going to be good because look, when you got Sonny and Arvell running faster than Blake Corum ran at the 40, you know what I'm saying? Like these are, these athletes are getting bigger and faster and stronger every year. So no, it was a little surprising. I didn't think, I thought it'd be like 4.32, 4.33. 4.28's otherworldly fast, but he's a very fast dude. So good for him.
So Nevada, real quick before you jump in there, I just want to confirm. You said 4th or 5th round, and you don't think that changes with this 40 time?
Maybe 3rd or 4th,
Okay.
3rd or 4th, but
Okay.
I don't think it's higher than that. I mean, I don't think you have enough
Yeah.
good football play
I agree.
on the thing to see it, but obviously rooting for it. But that is certainly elite speed for sure.
Devin?
Yeah, I mean, just from the information that we've known, I thought it was going to be a 4.3, like on the dot. Like I knew he had done that. But yeah, officially a 4.27, which was the fastest in the combine. But then that Mississippi State wide receiver ran a 4.26 or something like that. So it was the fastest by a safety since 2003. And for me, I'm along those lines with Nevada. I've always thought around a 5th round draft pick, and no, I don't. I in this case here, I'm not sure. That changes that much. But like Nevada said, I hope it does. But if it does, I could see it going from 5th to 4th rounder. You know what I'm saying? But I wonder if it helps having Sonny as your brother. You guys think that does? Like in the pick somehow, you think a team can see those family genes and kind of know, hey, these guys are going to be good to have on the team type of situation. And by the way, did you guys see a picture of them next to their dad? Didn't we meet their dad at the game, B. Moses?
Yep.
That's right. I got a picture with him. Dude's jacked, bro. Dude's huge.
Yeah. Now there's a couple of pictures. Let me take this off. There's a couple of pictures floating around. There's one that's actually his dad, and then there's one where they Photoshop some mutant-looking dude.
The jacked dude. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I'm just like, what the heck? I had to do a double take, like, because I got a picture.
I know.
We both got pictures with Lorenzo Styles.
I know.
Sr., and I'm like, no, that's hilarious. But but yeah, because Sonny, I mean, he kind of dwarfs his dad. I mean, he kind of dwarfs him. And what's crazy, Nevada? Before I would kind of respond to the Lorenzo Styles Jr. stuff, what's crazy? As a kid, watching Lorenzo Styles Sr. out there, I mean, he looked huge. I mean, with the big old school shoulder pads. I mean, he's a big guy. I'm not saying he's little, and he's not playing it. He's not in his playing weight right now, so he's not as big. But Sonny is just dwarfs him now. It's crazy, Nevada.
Yeah, no, Low Styles Sr. was one of my favorite players growing up as well, and so watching you box him off in the suite for the last hot dog was pretty impressive there. You know what I'm saying? Because B's not a small guy. B's not at his playing weight either. But when you see there's last hot dog on the line, B's like throwing out the booty, knocking him out of the way, grabbing that hot dog and going in there. And you stood your ground there at the Texas game, man. I want to say mad respect for you for doing that there, B.
That's funny, man. That's another thing, standing next to him. Because when I was a kid, I was still smallish, but I was like, man, I'm kind of bigger than him right now. Like, this is crazy. Like, how am I bigger than one of my young childhood heroes? But again, he's not at his playing weight. But anyway, it's just that's hilarious. With the and the wings too. I wanted to make sure I got some extra wings. That's sweet life. Mwah, chef's kiss. But anyway, shout out to Lorenzo Styles Sr. Great dude, man. Great dude. Obviously, great family. Oh, and real quick, I loved how Lorenzo Styles and Sonny Styles' mom just her interview with the combine reporter.
Yeah.
That was just great. That wasn't that just great. Nevada, did you see that clip where she was talking about her sons and did you expect this? And it was just a great interview. Did you hear that?
I did, and she's a great lady. I mean, she's a great lady, and there's some stuff that's probably off the thing that you guys don't even know about that just shows what a great family that is. And they're a national treasure. And the fact that you have two kids and they're both NFL players is just that's just so wild to me. And they've got to be justly proud because they're great players, but great young men too. So it's really a tribute to them and a credit to Ohio State.
Definitely. And real quick, back to Lorenzo Styles Jr. I think fourth or fifth is what I was thinking because you see, like he was better than I thought he would be at DB, but I didn't see enough to say, ooh, second and third round, even with the speed. So now I think he has a shot, Nevada, to be third or fourth round in a team that can see him in their system. Maybe like in a nickel type of player with his speed. And you got GMs, you got coaches that say, listen, you can't coach that speed, but I can coach him out of this and that. He's got enough good film with his speed that we can take him in our system. He can be really, really good. I'm rooting for that to happen for him. But regardless, seeing them boys tear it up like that, all of them did well. It was just great to see. But the Rich Eisens, and who's a Michigan guy and loves Michigan, and he had to really give it up. And it was almost like he was struggling through it. Like he was like, man, I my jaw dropped from what he saw. So just proud. We're proud as fans to see what these boys were doing. I'm not surprised what Sonny Styles did. I don't think any of us are. But to see what he did and the records he broke is just like, wow, great stuff. Dev, what you got?
Yeah, Rich Eisen asked Styles' mom, you just want to confirm that there were no more Styles coming. They don't have any more kids. And she was like, no, but I will make sure that my grandbabies are also Buckeyes. So I found that
Right.
amusing as well. But yeah, the Rich Eisen stuff, I still can't get some of his takes out of my head during the cheating scandal that just blocks it. Just something still irks me when he talks. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, these Buckeyes showing out, man. 4 Buckeyes in the, what is it? 4 Buckeyes in the top 10, probably, with Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, Arvell Reese, Carnell Tate, and then K-Mac possibly as well in the first round. That's 5, bro. And then with the record that we set last year, tied a record, most, picks in the NFL draft, about to possibly break a record this year with 3 top 10 defensive players from the same school in a draft. So, man, I don't know. It's hard pressed to say that the Buckeyes are, absolutely on top of college football right now in every way, shape, or form. I know they didn't just win a natty, but you talk about overall success academically, the development, the winning on the field, the recruiting, all of it. Like, name a program in the nation that is as well-rounded as the Buckeyes and what they're doing right now, man. It's really special to watch. And I'm stoked to watch these guys play at the next level too.
Yep, and fans get mad when the Josh Pates of the world go on record to say we're the number 1 program in the criteria is the last 3 years, and he talks about all these things we're mentioning: on field development, recruiting, etc. Like, how could you even debate that? But a lot of idiots out there, so it doesn't matter. But here's the picture. Shout out to Stilly Matt for shooting me this text. This is the Photoshop picture. Look at how small this dude's head is compared to his body, whatever this is. But no, Lorenzo Styles Sr. is not this big.
Oh, that's him, dude. I'm telling you. That's him.
This is just ridiculous, but it's hilarious, though. Good looking out, Stilly Matt. You've seen this, Nevada, this pic?
I can't believe they I can't believe they put somebody else's face on my body right out there, man. That's like that's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I know I want to keep my anonymity, but now my body's out there for everybody to see. You know, it's kind
That's
of.
funny.
He still can't drive a golf ball further than I can.
I
Ooh,
don't.
ooh.
Oh,
Shots
Yeah.
fired, baby.
Devin.
Shots fired. All right, let's get to these super chats. Stilly Matt, thanks for the 199. Triple play Sunday. Trick, Nevada, and Dev. I love it. I love it. Yeah, man. We
Why am I
appreciate you,
just
brother.
Dev? What? I mean, what, you got Trick Nevada? What is it?
Yeah,
What's
I guess
yours?
he could have hit
No,
you
just
with a
Dev.
nice
no, we
little.
got- no, no, yeah, we got Trick Daddy, man. Trick Daddy is Trick Daddy, and Nevada is Nevada, and Devin Tinker, Devin Tinker,
Devin
Tinker,
Tinker.
Tinker
You know
Dev.
what? I forgot to grab my dog.
Devin is not Tinker.
We were supposed to
Devin
have our
Tinker.
dog. We were supposed to have our dog war. And
Oh,
my dog is upstairs. So I guess I could call BJ or my daughter to have him bring him down here so I can hold him up in the camera. I don't know. Should I do it? If y'all say yes, I'll quickly do it. If not,
You don't
Yeah,
want to
for-
compete with this. You don't want to compete. Look at this.
oh yeah.
There's no
I
competing.
want to see B Moses' dog. I want to see what kind
I
of
wanna
man
see
you
it,
are.
though.
What kind of dog do you have? Do you have like a little lady dog, or do you have
it's
like
a
a big old dog?
Havanese. It's a little Havanese. It's like
I'm embarrassed to say I don't know what that is.
I didn't know
is
what
a-
it was until
I don't either.
After the kids, and the wife said, "Hey, this is what we want." So let me see.
I think-
Let me see.
I think you need to show us, because just telling us ain't going to do it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
You might
going
have to just get up and go walk and get the dog.
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah,
Let's see if my wife picks up.
it's like trick daddy. I don't want to. We don't want to be in on this phone call here, there, man. I don't.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. She might not have her phone. So let's do this.
Me and Nevada will talk about if Taiwan Malone's going to get drafted. And you go get your dog.
Hey, you know what? Okay, cool. Do that. I will go get him. Y'all talk about that. Give me 2 minutes. That'll be
Or
easier.
throw up the next super chat, and we'll answer the next super chat while you're gone.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
And then I'll hop back on it. Iowa Buck, thanks for the $4.99. Cleaned out the pantry today. Saw a full box of Swiss Miss. I threw it out. I could feel the Nevada Buck shame that beat to Go Bucks. Doesn't it feel icky? The shame.
It's
You just
so
want to
bad.
take a shower. You just feel so shamed. But yeah. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna respond to that in a second after y'all go. I'll be right back. Operation Dog Wars.
Yeah, the Swiss Miss stuff. Like I'll put it out there. Like, when you have that, like the box where they ask you to put like the food out and stuff like that, and I'll put the Swiss Miss box in it, and then they'll take it out and put it back. They say we don't want this. We don't want the Swiss Miss
Really?
stuff here. Yeah, it's like, it's that bad, man. I'm telling you what.
This is
bad.
is there like some scientific research about? I don't know if
It
you've
just-
heard about
it
Girl
just
Scout
sucks.
cookies.
But I'm not a fan of Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, they're Thin Mints, but I don't know. Joe Rogan said that they are just pretty much death if you eat them.
I don't like it. It's fun. My wife loves Thin Mints, loves Girl Scout cookies, and we buy them just to support the Girl Scouts. But like, I can't say that I'm a big fan. I mean, like, I don't really like them.
Dude, I love Thin Mints, man. I love Thin Mints. Look, I'll do this Steely. Thanks for the $1.99, brother. Update. Oh no, here he is. All right.
I don't see any
didn't
dog.
come. He got rejected.
I don't see
Bad
any
dog.
dog. I don't see
Bad
any
dog. Wow,
Jeez.
B Moses, that's a cute dog, man. That is a cute dog. You're on mute. You hit mute, brother.
Okay. Yeah, I got to get my headphones on. Come on, BJ, bring him over.
Oh, got him. All right, come here, Tank.
Let's see what we got here. We're gonna see what a Havanese is.
So this is a Havanese.
Oh,
This is Saint Raekwon, named after the Wu-Tang Clan member Raekwon Moses. Saint Raekwon Moses is his
oh
name.
my goodness.
BJ, if you want to say what's up, you might as well poke your head in here. Come say hi. This is my son, BJ. Great kid.
Free BJ from the forget the homework, BJ. Homework, schools for fools, BJ. Don't do it, man. Concentrate on sports.
He
Don't listen
can't
to your
hear
dad.
you. Don't you?
listen to your
I'm not
dad.
gonna let him hear this.
B. Dude,
Yeah.
these would be cute. These would be cute puppies, man. Cute
Yeah.
puppies. That's a boy, right?
Yep, it's a boy.
It's like Ebony and Ivory. Ebony
Hey.
and Ivory.
Cute puppies.
All right, so here we go. Dog Wars, baby. Here you go, BJ. You can take him back. He's probably thinking like, please, what the heck is going on? Best in show. All right, BJ.
Tell him he looks better than his dog.
Ooh.
Oh man, that hurts.
Hey,
That
you ain't
hurts.
come talk to me like that.
He heard you. He disagrees, but we know the truth.
Like chopped cheese.
All right, BJ. So there you go.
He's still
There-
talking.
There's the dog wars. Cute dog. I've never been like a big dog person, but you know, they pitched me on it, and now I enjoy the dog. I like the dog. It's a nice dog.
You know, I'm gonna have to agree with Stars Aligned. You cheated. You cannot have your kid show your dog too. That's clear cheating. Did you call Jim Harbaugh, get some advice on these dog wars first, or what?
Yes. He was like, listen, this is what you do. This is what you do. Okay, bring the kid. Bring the kid. I'm an idiot and a cheater, but bring the kid. But no. So there you go. There you go. I'll catch up with the comments in a little bit, but I wanted to respond to Iowa Buck's comment. I'm assuming y'all already did, right?
Yeah.
To the Swiss
Well,
Miss.
yeah,
Okay.
we can't even give away the Swiss Miss, man. Don't try to put that in like the Goodwill. They'll give it back to you.
Listen, I'll tell you what, fellas, and I haven't had a chance to circle back to this. I tried the McStevens. First of all, full disclosure, I'm not a big hot chocolate guy. My wife and kids, they drink the hot chocolate. Okay. I don't know. I just haven't been interested in it. So I tried the McStevens, and I thought it was just okay, Nevada. I thought it was just okay. The Mexican hot chocolate that Stilly Matt and some of y'all got me hip to, I haven't tried that yet. It's like bars of chocolate that you have to like break off and it disintegrates into the hot milk or something. I'm just like, I just haven't had a chance. Maybe I'll try it after the show. I haven't tried that yet, but my daughter tried it. She said it was kind of spicy, had like a spice to it.
It's like a cinnamon taste. There's definitely
okay?
There's definitely a taste. The Mexican one, yeah, there's definitely a little bit of a thing to it, and I that's why I'm not a fan. That's specifically why I'm not as big a fan of that.
Dude,
Okay.
Google actually rates Swiss Miss #1 in a certain
Ooh.
category. You want to know what that category is?
What's that?
Affordability.
It's the #1 budget, the #1 budget hot chocolate in the nation, baby.
It's the ramen noodle of
No,
hot
It literally
chocolate.
is.
No,
I
seriously,
swear,
just take
that's what it says.
next time. Just take like hot water and put like a brown crayon in there. That's like Swiss Miss. You know what I'm saying? This is good.
Oh, but that is ignorant.
B, do you eat Girl Scout cookies, bro?
Yes, I'm a Thin Mint guy, and
Yeah.
I like the. Go ahead.
Have you heard? Supposedly, I'm gonna get like sued by Girl Scout cookies or something, but supposedly they're super toxic, man. Like not good for you. Allegedly.
So, okay, super toxic for you. I mean, I've been eating Girl Scout cookies like all my life, and I mean, unless I'm about to.
That's
croak
what I'm
in
saying.
5 minutes.
That's
from
what I'm
now.
saying. You know.
I mean, is it what? Listen, man. First of all, on social media right now, and even on Google, everything is going to kill you. Everything has cancer in it.
Facts.
Everything.
yeah, I know.
It's just like it doesn't. You can't
100%.
eat anything,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
Nevada? It doesn't matter. Oh, you thought this was healthy? Studies show that nope, cancer. It's like, come on.
Let me clear this up though. I bought a box of Thin Mints today in front of Walmart. The Girl Scouts were out there, and I bought them, and I've already eaten a sleeve. So I'm not saying I give a dang. I'm just saying.
Hey,
You know what meal I've eaten more? This is all kidding aside. There's no joke. The meal that I've eaten more than any meal ever in my life. If I had to look at the meals, it's a triple cheeseburger, fries, and a Coke from McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
that's my go-to. I probably eat that 4 times a week. I'm like Mel Kiper Jr. when he eats the pumpkin pie every day. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm the triple cheese. After the pod, we get done with the pod. I put the dogs down. I get in the car. I drive to McDonald's. I get a triple cheeseburger, fries, and Coke. Eat that. Usually eat it in the car before I get back home. Come back home and finish my night. That's the way that it goes. But I do, but that's going to kill me too. But I saw that show Supersize Me. But hey, you saw my body. You saw the body in the picture when I was posing with
you don't look bad.
with the Lorenzo.
Body
with
by
Lorenzo,
Marati, baby.
Body by Marati. I can do it. And
Yeah,
still eat
I
those
mean, you
cheeseburgers.
can't get more toxic than that, Nevada. You're still here alive and kicking and healthy as ever. So, I mean,
Hey,
I don't
cannot
know.
do McDonald's.
But-
That's the one.
Yeah.
I do a lot of. I eat some fast food, but I haven't eaten McDonald's.
Well, what's your
literal
go-to
years.
Mr. Fast Food Snob? What's your go-to fast food?
Arby's all day
my
long.
God.
I'm going
You
to
literally are like
Arby's.
the only person on the planet that goes to Arby's. Like I drive by there. I said
I
to my
like
kids
Arby's
today,
too.
I go, do we know anybody that even goes to Arby's? Now I know
bro. Arby's
I know 2
roast
other
beef
people.
Sandwich,
Arby's is
Melts.
slept on, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Chick-fil-A.
I don't understand the Arby's hate. Arby's has some good stuff on their menu. If you're just
No,
thinking
but-
about the traditional cheddar and roast beef, no.
Yeah,
They
but
got
they
some-
they have milkshakes there too. It's like it doesn't go. Milkshake doesn't go with a roast beef sandwich, man.
Yes,
They're-
it does.
Their
Oh,
Java,
no.
what is it called? Mocha
Oh.
Jamocha. They got some
No.
good shakes too. So listen. I don't know how we got off on a fast food tangent, but I'm hungry again. But the last thing I'll say, shout out to stars when stars align, because Nevada, I circled back. You know what I came back to?
But yeah,
The Cheesecake Factory hot chocolate.
yeah,
Nothing has touched that. That
Yeah.
is the best hot chocolate I've ever had in my entire life. So something's got to beat that.
Well,
When
they
stars
I gotta
align, God
ask.
bless you.
They got to private
I gotta-
label it, man. They got to put that out. That should be
Yeah.
an item.
Since I can't drink Swiss Miss anymore, Nevada, what's my go-to? What should I go purchase?
Well, I think you gotta work Amazon. You got to work some of the thing. Even some of the stores. If you got Starbucks hot chocolates, you got Coffee Beans got hot chocolate. You got other things, but don't drink that Swiss Miss stuff, man. I mean
Don't drink the Swiss
literally is just so bad. It's so bad.
They
They don't even believe in
dust
it. Like
off the floor. And
when you pull that thing out there too, I guarantee you pull out your Swiss Miss from your thing and just say expired like November 2017 or something like that. That thing's been in the
That's not
closet
that bad.
for like about 20 years. It's like a collector's item. It's like those old Pokemon cards that you have, your old Swiss Miss package.
Yeah. My rule's 20 years expired. I'm not touching it. So
Not touching it.
2017.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good rule.
I'm catching up with these comments. Nestle. Yeah, I've heard people say Nestle was good. Which makes sense. They make good chocolate chips for your cookies, and Nestle is good. But I don't know. I'm not a big hot chocolate guy anyway. But yeah, Stilly Matt, thanks for the one update on the Great Hot Chocolate Debate 2026. We were already there, and that's why I brought your comment in. This is obviously it. Again, I'm not a big hot chocolate guy, but the kids, they've been enjoying Daddy buying randomly extra hot chocolate for them to just choose from. Now they still like Swiss Miss, but we haven't had it in here since. And so I guess my question is, even though I'm not a big hot chocolate guy, what's going to be the go-to hot chocolate going forward for the house? So that's kind of what I'm trying to determine, Nevada. That makes sense. I'm not going to order McStevens from Amazon every time.
No,
that's not sustainable.
The other peasants in the house do not deserve the good hot chocolate. Let them drink the Swiss Miss, and you to save like a private reserve of the good hot chocolate that you kind of pull out like a nice bourbon. You kind of pull out your little thing, and you have your special hot chocolate that you kind of pull out only for special occasions. We'll get you something good.
So on Amazon, Nestle's the go-to.
Who?
I'm looking at it right now.
You
They're
mean
really
Nestle?
pushing.
Did you say Nestle?
I said Nestle.
I was super confused.
Yo, hold up. I've never heard of that. What is that?
You never heard of
Nestle?
Nestle, right? Oh wow.
What
Yeah,
does Nestle spells Nestle? It doesn't spell Nestle.
I was not aware there was going to be any spelling on this.
Listen,
It doesn't spell Nestle.
no, listen, I get it. To be fair, if you're not hip to Nestle, which is shocking to me because it's like a big brand, but if you're not hip to it, it does look like Nestle. I'll keep it real with you. But I'm gonna try to pull up a picture of this because you never heard of Nestle chocolate, huh?
Yo, dude. Yo, check this out.
Devin,
this
what
is-
are you? It's
Hold on.
Nestle. It's Nestle.
Let me see if I can get a picture.
I've
Yeah,
never heard of that.
yeah. That's
You've never heard of Nestle?
No,
I would
I
say
swear I haven't.
I would
don't
say
know.
they're
I
probably
don't know.
mostly known for their chocolate chip cookies. Like they sell like Nestle Toll House
Oh
cookies.
yeah. Okay.
They
Now
sell,
I'm
like-
hip to it.
You
I've heard
ever
of
seen that
Nestle chocolate
like the yellow bags in the baking section? You walk
I'm
by
about to
and
pull it up right now.
they've got like 600,000 bags. These semi-sweet chocolate chips.
I'm thinking of that the Nesquik.
Oh, not
I think.
Nesquik, Nestle.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is Nestle.
Dude,
Nestle Toll House.
I literally just bought those cookies today. Swear and everything. Just got back from Walmart. I have a pack of
And
those.
you didn't even know
I
you
did not
had
realize-
Nestle in your house the whole time.
No, I thought I had Nestle cookies, not Nestle.
Oh man, that is hilarious.
Man.
So there you have it, folks.
Dev.
There you have it. Nestle cookies.
my.
Is this gonna blow up or no? Okay, it still didn't. Okay. Yeah. See, now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Now I want
That's-
Arby's fast food. I want a Jamocha shake. I want one of them deluxe roast beef sandwiches, and I want some Nestle chocolate chip cookies. That's it. That is.
Oh.
Look at that. Look at that. You had it right under your nose the whole time. Your Nestle cookies, bro. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh, we gotta clip
Oh,
this into a YouTube short.
Oh, this is so great. And what we should have like the thing where you have like the spelling bee, like those little spelling bee Indian kids that are doing the thing, and then we have Devin, our representative from Buckeye Scoop, there on the Great Spelling Bee or something like that. Spell Nestle.
You guys
Can you
can't
use it-
tell me
can you-
that
can you use it in a sentence?
Nestle
I-
spells Nestle.
I prefer the Nestle chocolate chip cookies. Please, could you use it as an adverb, please?
Oh man, now I gotta go get me some now. And
Oh,
yes,
They
man.
should have
yes,
put
you
two
drink
E's
it.
on it.
Arby's brisket sandwich is fire. So I'm saying, I know people hate Arby's, and it's the armpit of the fast food. I'm telling you,
you guys are
Arby's
the only
has
two
some
people
heat.
that I've ever met that like to go to Arby's. But you guys found
Arby's
each
has
other.
some heat,
Great.
man.
Oh,
They got
man.
some good stuff.
Yeah.
So-
they bring the beef. They
We
bring
got
the
the meats. We got the meats.
Yep. I mean, they got Ving Rhames as their spokesperson. I mean, come on.
I like Ving.
Yeah, I do too. So listen, I mean, are we done or are we finished? We were all over the place. We covered literally every topic we could possibly cover today. Literally, from
Yeah,
puppies
we
to
gotta get outta
Nestle
here.
cookies to hot chocolate to combine to I mean, what else? This is crazy,
Oof.
but no, fun show, great show. Any last words, Devin, before we hop off?
Nestle down tonight in your beds. Get some good rest, fellas. That's all I got.
Oh
Yeah,
man, great ending. Nevada.
Yeah, fun show. I knew we were going to get off track. We started with basketball, so that kind of threw us off immediately right there, and so we just never kind of got back on track. We kind of veered off there for a second, but good fun show in the off season, and appreciate you guys, man. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, appreciate y'all as well. Always enjoy the Sunday panels. Again, go Buckeye basketball. Make the tournament, baby. Just win. Win for Bruce. All right. Until next time, Buckeye Scoop family, Buckeye Nation. We out. Peace. Go Bucks.